Good morning, Internet. How are you doing? How are you holding up? If you hear any hammering that just got started going, there's some upgrading being done to some apartments. There's nothing I can do about that. All right, let's chat. How many of us are 45 and up? Okay, we have witnessed such a radical change in this country. We used to ride our bikes for hours on end, build forts. Then when we were adults, we'd make plans with friends to go out in town and just tear it up. Sometimes you wake up next to somebody you'd rather not ever see again. Guilty. Um, it's hard to believe next year will be 20 years 9/11 happened. And out of that came the Patriot Act that was already written, signed, and ready to be implemented. Well, we've seen the Department of Homeland Security be developed officially. We've seen the NSA come to fruition, TSA. You can't go through a damn airport without getting something that resembles a physical exam that you have at your doctor's office. Only a lot more invasive. I probably should have said this to begin with, and I'm going to put this in the video title. If you're pro-Trumper, skip this video, because I'm not pulling punches. I don't have time to coddle your precious fucking ego. I don't have time. This country is descending. It's got a mind-blowing pace, descending into full-on fascism. In the last 6 months alone, we have accomplished a level of censorship that took Hitler 5 years to do in Germany when he became chancellor. Think about it, it took him 5 years to get full control over people. They've done it in the last 6 months. It started, I would say, in 2017 when Trump decided that critiquing certain ideologies and religions is no longer acceptable. As a matter of fact, you can be kicked right off of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and just about everything else if you criticize a certain group of people. You know what I'm talking about. But now, you can't even criticize or critique in any way the Holocaust numbers. I'm not saying it didn't happen, because it did happen. My late father cleaned out one of the death camps his first tour of Europe. I would argue the numbers and all the people in those numbers. Get what I'm saying? But now, this past Monday, Facebook, who back in spring said they would not remove anti-vax content, has agreed Monday to remove it all. Now you can't even criticize a certain group of people, you can't criticize certain ideologies, and now you cannot censor certain legal acts that are mandatory. What the hell has happened here? The idea, oh, and also Trump has been censored as well on Twitter because he put posts up that he's immune to this COVID-19. He was censored, okay? He censored people who talk about a certain group of us and critiquing religion and ideologies. And now he's being censored. You see, I've told y'all, you've been here a long time, you know, I've told you, the one who censors today will be censored tomorrow. As Trump has just found out. Now, let's move to the next thing. Earlier this year, well, back late May, early June, I did a video. It was over an hour on America. How free are we? I started that series. Now, there was a video I did called For Our Own Good. Yeah, you gotta go in and read that, watch that one. Because I detailed a lot of different things that have happened over the last few years. And I was really shocked to find a base that my parents used to go grocery shopping on. It's going to be used for a containment center. Now, I kind of jumped ahead of myself a bit, but let's look at this political soap opera. I had a neighbor next door. She's a dear woman, does just everything in the world for cats around here, feeds them and all. Her idea of a soap opera at 2 o'clock from 2 to 3 is watching General Hospital. Well, I don't watch it. I lost interest a long time ago because, hey, politics is a soap opera. Seriously, it is. Look at, you got two men, grown men, in their 70s, with the temperament of a 2-year-old. If my daughter at 2 years old had behaved even an eighth as bad as these two have, I would take her across my knee and spank her, and I'm not an advocate of spanking, okay? I find making her listen to my music would be a lot more effective. That should tell you something. But, now, you've been here, Anarchy Man. You and I have learned together that this is a selection, not an election. How? Well, look who gets richer every 4 years. You? No. Me? Yeah, right. No. There are certain families who own the banks, the media companies, pretty much everything on earth. They are the ones that decide who the president is going to be. Case in point, back in the spring, there was a payroll protection program. Who got it? Well, you had to have 500 employees or more to qualify. That pretty much eliminates every mom and pop business that's been very essential to communities. There are some of these stores that still are mom and pop stores that still will let you do a line of credit. If you've grown up there and they've known you, your family, all your lives, these stores are going under. And guess who else got billions? Trump did. Because his golf clubs had a shortage of gas. You see where I'm going here? We got a lot of money being transferred from the middle to the higher up. And nobody is even batting an eyeball at it. Not even one. Now DHS has warned about a dark winter. They have warned that each house should have up to a year's worth of food per person to survive on your own. That means no help from the government, no help from charities for food, clothing, and no help for housing. Completely on your own. Now they have warned companies like Sprint, Amazon, about a dark winter coming, a grid down scenario that is coming. Why would they warn them and not us? Well, let's see. Do you remember how people freaked out back in spring? Started beating the dog hell out of each other over toilet paper? Are you kidding me? Why in God's green earth would they warn us? You've seen grown adults beat each other up over toilet paper back in spring when these lockdowns, this COVID-19 craziness started. I said from the beginning, I'm more concerned about the financial fallout from it than I am it. So, there we go. And we're getting ready to see the fallout, the financial fallout. It's coming, it's here. Hang on to your shirts, because you might not have it much longer. You might have to use it for a tarp to live under. Um, just hang on. If you have never been one to pray in your life, now might be the time you want to start. As a matter of fact, I would highly recommend drop to your knees where you are and beg the Father in heaven and His Holy Son Jesus Christ for forgiveness of everything you've done. Because otherwise, this rocky ride is gonna be one hell of a ride. I will see you later.